Hey people, Sylvia's here. I know, 2 FTL videos in a row, it's crazy. But, I don't know. I've been kind of enjoying this run on this ship for a little bit, so I figured I'd, push it until I fail at it, basically. This is the plan. Wait, did that thing... Does their ship not have weapons? And did they jam mine? Looks like their ship doesn't have weapons. This fight is gonna go horribly. This is gonna be like an hour-long process here. Yeah, look at this. We're just gonna keep doing 1 point of damage on them. Whoo! Alright, I mean, that's kind of annoying. Well, there goes my engines. Not that. That. Ugh. This does sort of suck. Also, like, I'm gonna be able to do exactly nothing about that fire. Boop 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 boop. As long as the shield room doesn't catch on fire, I guess we're good here. Man, this is like so incredibly stupid though. The shield room is on fire now. Oh, come on. Good job, dude. Good job. This is like the worst thing ever, by the way. And why? Did they, like, power down their weapon for some reason? This, like... If it was an actual danger to me, you know, I would have just called it a day and been like, alright, whatever, I gotta leave. But I'm not in any kind of real danger, so there's no reason for me to stop engaging it. Well, still, that was mighty stupid. Oh, snap. Yeah, there wasn't really a good way to get around that either. I'd like to say that if I had, you know, had the presence of mind to upgrade my weapon system a second time, that wouldn't have happened, but I would have had to upgrade it twice. And that would have cost me... yeah, 390 scrap. Which is a little bit more than the 60 that I currently have, let me tell you. Well, so yeah, that kind of sucked. Long-range scanners. Oh, hey. Finally got a shield person. Shame it's an Engie. Prefer to find a nice, tasty, Zoltan. High-ranking auto-hacker. Turn off the auto-fire there. Yep. Oh wow, I actually hit it that time. Cloak. Dodge. was kind of hoping I could get that the shields down completely. Shields are down completely. I'm also kind of happy that I dodged that. Cloak. There we go. I do kind of badly need to get my hands on another... Oh, I forgot all about that quest there. Whoops. I do badly need to get my hands on another weapon. You know, at the end of the last video I said, oh, I'm probably going to forget that quest, and lo and behold, I almost did. And I don't remember anything about what this quest actually is, though. Okay, just drop some people off or something. Drop some equipment off. 21 scrap. Yeah, for doodles. There you go. No more of the good weapon for you. And they're not quite as dead as I would like them to be. Oh, come on. That sucked. Make me wait an extra, like, I don't know. What was it, 3 or 4 seconds, I guess? Socialize with my crew member. Yeah. I mean, that socialize with the crew thing is better than, like, nothing, which is what it was in the original, but still, it's annoying. Protect the aliens' way of life. Attack the rebel ship. Some kind of burst, scatter, and an adaptive focus, it looks like. No shields for you, loser. Joy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Odds I'll hit both shots. Alright, I took damage. Lame. 28-second cooldown? No. 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 So no. Fight. Derelict Rebel Interceptor. 1 missile weapon. I think I should consider upgrading my cloak soon. Right, they don't even have shields. What was I doing? 2, 1, and 10. Nah, just go for the kill. Bam. 2, 1, and 19. A store. A store! High-ranking energy hacker. Well, this legitimately... Wow. Wow. Those are all Zoltans in there? Oh, God. Dude, I don't even know what the correct answer to this problem is right now. But this does, in fact, suck quite a bit. No. Turn off oxygen. Ah, jeez. Crap, I probably should have, I need to kind of remember that I have a cloak and that I should probably be using it, huh? And also, I should probably remember that I have weapons and should consider using them also. really kind of eating it right now. I will just accept that surrender. Let's get everybody all nice and healed up. That was kind of an unpleasant fight. Oh, I should probably turn on my medbay, huh? Whoops! Burst scatters, and all of the scatter weapons, I believe, are a little bit more scary when they're on the enemy than when they're on me. Because, like, I really need to be taking out systems as soon as possible. So a weapon that disallows me to take out a subsystem is kind of a pointless weapon. But they do fire faster than regular weapons. They're kind of like mine layers in that sense, actually, where they can't do the thing that's most important for me. So they're awkward in that sense. Oh, hey, hack my shield's nice. Alright. Can I? Nope. We'll do it this way. What? Ah, it's like a pierce. Lame. Alright. I should be able to get him with the next, just the burst shot. There we go. So yeah, though, they're not that great when I'm using them because I need to hit weapons subsystems like as soon as humanly possible. Against the end, but against me, who carries over my damage from match to match, a rapid-firing weapon that can just slightly damage me each encounter is way more of a problem for me. Alright. Oh, yeah. Sell my shield components for a ton of money. Penetrating Burst Laser 2. Surplus. Piece of junk. Assault Lido. I'm totally buying the crap out of that Burst Laser. Yeah. I mean, it's just... yeah, it's just too good. Buying the crap out of that. Sell this. Now, I might still keep the quality burst, though. Because, I mean, it's not a terrible weapon. Plus, if my weapon system gets jammed by 3 again or something like that, I need it. Good. Forgetting all about my weapons. Well, that kind of sucks. Fighto over. Nice amount of scrap there, too. Oh man, I just want Zoltan crew members so bad. My run on the Engi ship would have been made significantly better if I had managed to get my hands on some Zoltans. Because at the end I had run out of power. Attack them! Yep, do the same thing I did last time. Also, I forgot to power up my non-crappy weapon. I know that this isn't Oh, wait. Did I misunderstand what that was? Oh. I thought it was a piercing. Crap. I thought it was a shield piercing thing. I mean, projectile speed increase and breach chance increase is nice and all. Especially when we're matching it with my breaching hull beam, but I thought it was breaking through shields. Bummer. Bummer. I'll buy one fuel, whatever. I'm really disappointed by that. Oh hey, my ship's all on source of fire and stuff. Can we put this fire out before my ship gets destroyed? Crap. We cannot. We cannot. Oh no, get back to repairs. Jump. To the exit! Fleet delayed by 5 jumps. Rejects the offer. Will I really live to regret this decision? Or will you live to regret this decision? Or will we all live to regret this decision? And what am I even talking about at this point? A sec. There we go. There we go. Perfecto. Did I need a quest? Did I have a quest? What quest is this? Attack the ship. Damage Rebel Scout. Question is, how damaged is it really? Three, 1, and 9. Yeah, I'll accept that. Whatever. 3 is a decent amount of fuel. It's worth it. Great. Oh, even better. Crap. I managed to break it. Where are they even at right now? They're in my weapons room. We'll just do it this way. Put up all the doors. Oh, I forgot to power up the stupid room. Crap. And of course they decided to, like, position themselves in the most annoying way possible for me. Dude, I would love maybe a Rockman crew member, or Mantis. Or what about, like, a Zoltan? Oh man, I'd really love a Zoltan crew member. Zoltan all the way. Oh, snap. So I went to bed at like 5 p.m. and then woke up at 9 p.m. So I got 4 hours of sleep at like the worst time possible. So I might just do maybe one additional video after this, and then I think I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm definitely not doing a... Avoid the risk. I'm definitely not doing any Tibia videos while I'm this tired. Great, no rewards. Oh, why is my oxygen system not on? Dude. Dude. Sure. Rebel Invader, transport refit. Ooh, that was a fast missile. Ooh, that was a really fast missile. Uno. Alrighty. You know what I love eating? I like fruit snacks, like of all varieties. They're just something I enjoy. So I usually buy like 2 boxes or so when I go to a grocery store and keep them in my room. That way whenever I'm craving one, I can kind of just go over and grab one. And I apparently ate all of them that were in the 2 boxes that I purchased like 2 weeks ago. But then didn't throw out the boxes. So earlier I went over to grab one, grabbed the box, like reached my hand into the box and was like, oh, there's nothing in here. I was all, you know, sad and disappointed. So then I went and grabbed the second box, and it was the same situation. And I'm all sad now. This does not suffice. Prepare to die. Your opponent was scared like a slug in open space. After dropping the agreed amount of supplies, they immediately put as much distance between your 2 ships as possible. They're already out of weapons range. Yeah, chase after him! Chase after him! Scanners detected a disturbance ahead. An annoying disturbance. High-ranking auto scout. Not high-ranking enough to get a shield, that's for sure. Okay. You know, I wish it didn't just automatically assume that the thing I would want not powered would be my, my weapons. You know? So that way they could drain from, like, halfway being ready to be charged to not being charged at all, instantly. What's that? Asteroid field? Oh, I have to go up there for that quest, though. Almost missed that. Maybe I should, hey, boarding parties. I haven't had one of those in a while. Everybody get up there and have fun with them. Cloak engaged. Two hull breaches in that room. Merc Rebel Invader. I didn't even realize it was a Merc at first. I was a little confused though. I was like, why is this, why is there an Angie on the ship? Really? He just came over again? You guys get back down there and have fun. No. Alright, let's get my my people healed up. Anyway, about those fruit snacks, the ones I... because I got really nothing else to talk about right now. The ones I bought the other day were called Shark Bites, and I remembered I ate those when I was a kid, when I was like 3 or 4. And I'm legitimately surprised that they still exist, because, you know, the other ones I bought were, I bought a box of Scooby-Doo ones. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I don't remember the rest of the song. But yeah, so I was just surprised by the Shark Bites. You know what? Which ones I usually buy because they taste really good too? My Little Pony. My Little Pony makes some pretty solid fruit snack. Let me tell you. I could conceivably let these people suffocate. Ah, they got that stupid slug. No hole crap. Yeah, I'm gonna let them suffocate. Because the stupid, the Mantis isn't gonna be smart enough to figure out how to survive in this situation. And now that he wasted his time trying to repair the shield instead of the weapon, he's dead. And also, because of all these nice things that created hole breaches. Die, fool! Die! Aw, no hole breach on that one, though. Lame. I should have fired it between the two rooms, got a higher chance of a hull breach. But now we'll sit here and wait. Any second now. I wish I could shoot him again to speed up the process, but I definitely can't. Slug Interceptor, shield refit. You know what I was considering too? Let's take a look once they die. There we go. 180 to get my my shields. It is something to consider. A second shield bubble would be really nice. Also, really helpful when I go into asteroid fields like I'm about to. Oh, dude, look, a boarding party. Yay for boarding parties! Turn off the oxygen for now. Alright, turn the oxygen back on. Oh, no. Keep the oxygen off then, whatever. Oh, that's a scary missile-looking weapon right there, too. Your opponent hails, but the transmission is interrupted by the hits the enemy sustains. You decide to pay this no mind and focus on keeping a lock on the enemy. True that. Look, they sent a boarding team over to my ship. They're lucky that's... all I'm doing is shooting a whole bunch of lasers into their ship and trying to kill them all. Like, how dare they be annoying to me? You know, I have to say, the ship doesn't really have a great, like, layout for venting oxygen. At first, it seems, but the location of the med bay kind of allows me to force the enemy into the med bay. Unless they teleport up here, which is the big problem. But even if they teleport up here, it's easier for me to vent them in this area. So the ship isn't actually that terrible when it comes to venting. It looked it at first. It did. It did legitimately look kind of horrible at first. But it's actually not that bad. Alright. That is a unpleasant loadout of weaponry on their ship. And cloak. And cloak. There we go. One good cloak is everything you need. Maybe I should upgrade my my cloaking field. Great. After docking, you head for the store. While browsing your equipment, you see several ships circling the store. Your personal terminal beeps. Captain, you better get back here. These ship captains keep threatening us, and now they started charging their guns. I want the artillery so bad. I'm gonna buy the advanced targeting computer. And I've got kind of nothing else to buy here, so... Oh. Oh, it's like a fast model, too. Cloak? Oh. Can we, like, kill these guys now? There we go. Killed those guys. The ship breaks apart. A few unregistered ships within the system are messaging their approval. The parts you took out were obviously not very popular here. Yet so are you. Exchange of trade goods seems out of the question after this incident. Yeah, whatever. Quest time. Get my free item from blowing up that space station. Substandard Leviathan missile battery. Would it have killed them to give me something good? And I don't think that option 1 that I always do there can do anything positive for me unless I've upgraded my oxygen system at least once. But it can get a border on my ship. You find yourself directly between two fleets engaged in a fierce combat here. The Federation detachment is distracted by a swarm of fighters, and the Rebel artillery is pounding away at the mighty cruisers. High-ranking Rebel defender. Oh, snap. Oh, more snap. God, look at that. I'm about to get hammered. I'm waiting for that big weapon to fire up there. Can I just kill them here? Oh yeah, just can kill them. Sick! Killing them is my favorite thing in the world. Get out of that there before that artillery chews me up, though. No. I don't have a drone control system, so, I mean, what would I ever possibly do with that? You know what I'd be saying? You know what I'd be saying? Great. And now I have no shields. Entry scans show a strong ion field ahead, and once your jump completes, one of your shield layers instantly collapses. You know that this barrier marks a local border. You can jump through it easily, but a local guard ship catches up with you first. They demand an explanation that you don't have. How about I got lost? Explanation offered. The Zoltan captain hails and mutters something about the border patrol force catching up with you someday. You're more interested in his offer of surrender. I did need that fuel. I was down to 2, and 4 fuel is kind of a reasonable amount of fuel. There we go. Great. Great-o. Great-o. What do we got in the store? I will buy the weapons components. Hacking, drone control, battery backup. Incendiary heavy charger. Outdated defector. Tactical maul beam. I feel like that would be a lot more of a tactical weapon, if you will, if it wasn't on a 21-second charge and required 4 power. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, a slug! Find the slug! It's all full of sluggy goodness. Congrats, Mr. Slug. You have just been promoted to pilot. Chapel, who's got max piloting skill, you've been demoted to doorman. LOL. ROFL. Wrecked pirate outpost. It's got plenty of weapons, though. It doesn't look that wrecked to me. And it's got a titanium shell casing, or whatever that crap is. So again, it's not looking all that wrecked to me. I'm gonna eat it with those missiles. Oh, I'm so happy. 35% dodge chance. Make another sweep. Nearby sun? I don't really want to jump there. I don't like my ship catching on fire. The beacon is corporate property. By jumping here, you agreed to our license agreement. It is within our right to requisition parts of your weaponry for customer research. Please comply. This is ridiculous. A crew vote results in a decision to teach these guys a lesson. Yeah. Okay. I was a little concerned that might be able to shoot through my shields. Crap. So much crap. Oh, they have a cloak, too. Jeez. Yeah. I don't really want to fight them with their loadout of equipment. Alright, looks like I'll be fighting in the sun no matter which direction I go. So I like the sun. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh. That is the worst combination of enemy crew I think possible. This is a little bit more of a disaster than I would like it to be right now. Just a little bit. Can I? Yeah. Yeah. Just a little bit more of a disaster than I would like it to be. Can I close these doors now? Should I just jump? That was probably a really bad idea, let me tell you. That was a really bad idea. Engage cloak. Oh, unpause. Ah, good job. Good job. Now, you're annoying. You don't get to surrender to me. Alright, let's get all my people healed up. You need healing. You don't need healing. That needs repairing. You need healing. You need healing. That was not a smooth operation, folks. I apparently clicked the wrong room. Right there. That boarding party of, what was it, 2 Rockmen and Atlantis, though, was horrible. Especially where my main plan is trying to vent oxygen and damage them and lure them into one room. And then also while the ship is catching on fire because of solar flares. That was an unfortunate set of circumstances. Alright, so I'm gonna go boop 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 boop. Socialize with my crew members, Engie. It's just talking about the hacking modules that I don't really like to use. The hacking modules are okay. Great. The only problem with them is that they can get shot down by defense drones. And that is actually, like, a real problem. That is also kind of a real problem. Really? Alright, door's shut. Weapons guy, get in there and have fun with them too. You go over there and get on the weapons though, because I want them charging up faster. Bam. Wham. Huh. They are better at this than me. Teleport that. Come on, get over there. I don't got enough time for this crap. Ugh, man, I have so many things I still need to purchase, though. let's think about this. More shields, weapon upgrade, increase on cloak, clone bay, door control upgrade. How much scrap is that all? Let's see, 250, 370, 430 plus 550, 650. And then I'll need to upgrade power 4 times. So 650, it won't tell me how much each one is, but I'm going to just run on the assumption that each additional one's 25. So 750 power, I think, unless I just did my math wrong. Nearby sun. Great, we're back in the fire. Detonate reserve fuel to escape with the weapon. High yield Artemis missiles. I may have made various forms of mistake right here. And also, now I'm out of fuel. Alright. Power all systems up there. Doo-doo-doo-doo. As long as one of those shots hit him. There we go. Alright, what was that high yield? That's not bad. I mean, 4 damage. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's something I'm gonna like legitimately consider using. I'm gonna buy myself a Manus. Instead, I'm gonna buy myself a dead pirate, plated pirate black market. Oh, great. Borders. Great. Borders in my favorite area. Cloak engaged. Alright, get over to the medbay. You hop in there now. Annihilate this place. And I'm gonna take the fuel. Also, I kind of wanted those people off of my ship sooner rather than later, so that worked out well. Did I do Mountain Dew left? Mountain Dew loses some of its quality when it goes flat. Also, if you've never had really flat Mountain Dew, it tastes like something that I'm probably unique in knowing the flavor of. But in Pennsylvania, and I'm sure other parts of the country, but mostly I know in like the Northeast here, there's these wonderful bugs. I don't know what their actual name is. They're called stink bugs. I believe they came over on crates from Japan, but I could be wrong. I know they weren't originally here. If you Google stink bug, you'll see a picture of them. The stink bug name is accurate. When they're irritated or like frightened, they release this wonderful smell. They don't actually smell nearly as bad as like the name suggests, unless you're like, because they don't secrete a lot of that smell. So I mean, unless you're like, you know, poking the bug in the face and then sticking it right in your nose, you're not actually going to smell them. Unless you're also smelling the thing that they were on. But they do kind of have this, like, unpleasant... I'm not really good at describing tastes, just for the record. But they have this unpleasant scent. And I had a bottle of soda. A glass bottle of Coke, actually. Because Coke from a glass bottle is amazing, even though it's super expensive. So anyway, I had this glass bottle of Coke. And, I left it on the kitchen table, right? And it was open because, you know, glass bottles have those, like, old, like, beer can, basically, bottle caps. And I didn't realize it, but a stink bug had crawled into it. And it was right there on the top. So when I grabbed the bottle and took a swig, the stink bug went in my mouth. And when you, like, you know, pour cold Coca-Cola over a stink bug and then put it in your mouth, that freaks them out enough that triggers their wonderful little smell stuff. So, I got first-hand experience on what stink bug tastes like. And I'm probably unique in that sense. I don't know how many other people have had a stink bug go in their mouth. They taste bad. Let's just go with that. Very bad. I would not eat a stink bug in the future if I could help it. Well, and they kind of taste like flat Mountain Dew. Now, flat Mountain Dew is not nearly as bad as the stink bug is, though. By the way, they're the most annoying things in the world, just for the record. They are absolutely the most annoying things in the world. They have no natural predators, hence the whole invasive species thing that they have going for them. Which is cool, whatever. So yeah, they have no natural predators, so there's tons of them. Low rank, Rebel Corvette, nice. So no shields, a cloak, and 1 missile system. And a boarding party, I guess. I don't know. Shoot that. And now they don't have a cloak. I think, friend, you are a little late on the whole trying to run away from me thing. So anyway, most bugs have, like, besides bugs that want to eat me, obviously. Like, you know, mosquitoes, different situation. And the smaller bugs, I suppose, too. But most bugs have the common decency to be like, this thing is huge compared to my size. I'm going to attempt to stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, moths, you know, spiders, really. While spiders are horrifying in their own special way, all of them try to avoid me as best they can. Stink bugs, not so much. I can't tell you how many times they like a lot of other bugs, like to fly into light sources. I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting here at my computer and just had one fly into my face. Like, just directly into my eye. And they're kind of, like, maybe a little bit bigger than my thumbnail. Now, to be fair, just for the record, I kind of have small hands. I have, like, dainty hands. You know what irritates me, just on the record? I have, like, really, like, no scars or, like, rough spots on my hands or anything. And they're kind of, like, feminine hands. So, I'm not, like, particularly proud of the fact that I have pansy hands, but I do, in fact, have pansy hands. You know, and it is what it is, but... one of the guys I worked with before, like, looked at my hands and was like, "You have ogre hands." I was like, what? What do you mean I have ogre hands? Screw you, dude. I don't have ogre hands. Go down a hole. Tell me I have ogre hands. I hated that guy, by the way. He'd always steal my food at work. Like, no, I mean, I guess that was pretty self-explanatory, the words I just said. Yeah, he would always steal my food, though, at work. I'd have, like, a candy bar at my register that I was working at, or, like, in the office when I was in the office. There we go. Ugh. Question is, do I want to... Whatever, I'll back jump once for this. Mantis Brood Station, Survivor. Oh, God. Shields up. Oh, they don't even have weapons. Everybody, over here. Power off that while we're at it. Shields. Whoops, I did not. I did not shut all of the doors, apparently. Now we can power up the oxygen systems, I guess. Yeah, like, he'd come and, like, snag my candy bars. He'd always drink my, like, my sodas and things like that. Dude was annoying. One day, I may have told this story before, and it's actually a pretty good story, right? I'm always known for being, like, sort of a little bit crazy, just for the record. So I can kind of do things that most people would be, like, never think of, and also, like, if somebody else did it, they would be like, dude, why did you just, what? But I can do it, and then they'd be like, oh, well, you know, I mean, it was Silvius. I mean, you should have known better. Silvius obviously would do something like that. So I had a bottle of Mountain Dew incidentally, right? Got my bottle of Mountain Dew, and I knew he was going to drink it. Because he always does. And what he does is, because he doesn't want to put his mouth on it, he, like, unscrews it and kind of pours it into his mouth. Which, by the way, is a feat that I've never managed to do. I cannot just pour liquid into my mouth without getting it all over my face and, like, splashing it down my shirt. But anyway, you know, so props for him, I guess, on that one. Whatever. So, I drank most of my Mountain Dew, because I didn't want to waste a good Mountain Dew. So after maybe there was about, like, 2 or 3 centimeters at the bottom, an inch, Imperial system, if you will. Demand information on the Stolen Tech. So that's what you're after. Too bad, you followed the wrong ship. The envoy that passed through here was a fake to trick fools like you. Now let us go. Die? Oh, hey, they shot me? Good for them. Good for them. So yeah, there's about like 2 to 3 centimeters, or about an inch, Imperial system for you. And then we had these, like, it was basically isopropyl alcohol hand sanitizers. It wasn't like the gooey kind of stuff that you see a lot. It was like pure, just liquid alcohol at all the registers so that you could keep your hands, you know, good. It was actually kind of, like, just in general pleasant and fun to use that stuff. But anyway, because it evaporates really fast. It actually, okay, so it served 2 purposes. One, it evaporates really fast. So if you were, like, really, really hot, which the store usually was, you kind of, like, splash it on your arms and it would evaporate really quickly. Sure, it would dry your skin out like crazy. And make you smell like you spilled vodka all over yourself, but, you know, whatever. The other thing is that when you work in a grocery store, sometimes there's smelly people that come through your line. Like, there was an old man who legitimately, he wasn't that old, by the way, he was like 40, who legitimately crapped his pants multiple times. And then just refused to acknowledge it. He's like oozing poop down his pant leg and just not acknowledging the fact that it happened. So anyway, these people come through your line, and sometimes you would just spray that hand sanitizer on like a paper towel and just hold it by your nose. That way you didn't have to smell the disgusting scent of some of the customers. That is the joy of working at a grocery store, let me tell you. But anyway, so I take this hand sanitizer, I unscrew the top, I open up my bottle of Mountain Dew, and I pour it in. Now, I don't know how much I poured in, but if in the bottle of Mountain Dew, I'm talking like a 20-ounce bottle, welcome aboard. So yeah, it's a 20-ounce bottle, about like a mouthful of Mountain Dew, maybe 2 mouthfuls left in the bottom. I doubled that. So then, I leave it at the register, I see him coming around, so I go into the office, I call my friends over, they go into the office, I set the security camera to watch him, right? And he goes up to my register, like looks around, sees the bottle, he like picks it up, swishes it around, looks around to make sure nobody's watching him, unscrews the lid, leans back. He's a real tall dude, by the way. He's like really big. Not like fat or anything, just like a giant. Like just legitimately, like he was a half giant or something. Like one of his parents in the distant past were an ogre or something. He's just like a 6'5" dude. His arms and legs are thick. He's not all muscle or anything. Like he didn't do any sports. He's just big and solid, like a rock. So he throws his head back, pours the Mountain Dew hand sanitizer mix into his mouth, and then you just hear, and he spits it all out of the register. And then, so the funny thing was, you know, now before I tricked him into drinking hand sanitizer, right? I did kind of like look at what would happen if you drink hand sanitizer. It's not really good, but I did want to make sure that it like wouldn't kill him and stuff like that. So it probably would have actually made him like pretty like upset stomach, throwing up sick if he had actually swallowed all of it that I put in there. But I knew he would spit it out. So he probably swallowed some of it, but nowhere near enough to actually make him like vomit. It may have made him a little like nauseous, and it wasn't going to do anything worse than that. I did double check this, right? Because, you know, they would fire me if I accidentally killed him. And that would be like a whole slew of problems that I don't really need going on in my life. So, yeah, you know, just better to not accidentally kill your coworkers under any circumstances, really. Just don't kill your coworkers. Alright, I had to let them go. Lame. So anyway, and then coincidentally, like 100% coincidence. Now, I know what the hand sanitizer, like, could have really upset his stomach, kind of given him, like, terrible crapping experiences and things like that. But I know what it couldn't do, and it could not affect his appendix in any way. Well, coincidentally, 2 days later, he comes down with appendicitis, right? And he doesn't know what it is at first. And if you ever have like appendicitis, reinforced slug lightsaber, one weapon. What a loser! Whoops, not that. That. So anyway, if you ever come down with like what you think is appendicitis, by the way you can check, because I'm just a wealth of useless information right now. If you lay down on your back, your appendix is on your right side, a little bit lower than your belly button and kind of like above your hip. So if you lay down on your back and then you push down on that, and then when you release and your like stomach kind of pops back into position, if the release hurts, then you probably have a problem with your appendicitis. That or you're pushing on your stomach like way too hard or something along those lines. But anyway, that's how you can tell if you have a problem with your appendix. That's my public service for the day. Anyway, he did not know that and did not realize he had a problem with his appendix, so he didn't do anything about his appendix. So if you have appendicitis and you don't do anything about it, your appendix can burst. And that's actually really bad. And if you have a burst appendix and you don't do anything about it, it can actually just kill you. It gets like all the like disgustingness inside of your appendix like oozes out into your stomach, and it gets like septic, I think is the word. Anyway, long story short, don't do that. That. There we go. So his appendix burst. So you know you have to, when your appendix is messed up, you usually need to get it taken out in the first place, so that means like surgery. And there's no good like way to kind of cut through your stomach muscles to get to the appendix. So it actually takes like a while to heal, and you're kind of like crappy for a little while. But anyway, so he comes back after like a week and a half of being out of work. And we all knew what had happened to him, like, you know, his appendix burst, blah, 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 blah. So he comes in, his name was Craig. And I'm like, Craig, yo, when you were at the doctor, because you know, I'm like, Craig, just, you know, I want to make sure that this didn't have anything to do with the like the hand sanitizer thing. So when you were at the doctor, did they say anything about like elevated levels of like PHC? He's like, PHC, I don't know. Maybe I heard something about that? And I'm like, okay. Did they find trace amounts of hydrochloroquine? And he's like, maybe they found something. I'm like, what about like sodium potassium? He's like, I think I heard them say something about sodium, maybe. And now all those words I just made up. Or at least they sound similar to real things, right? Like, I don't know what PHC is. I don't know about hydrofluorosine or whatever that was, although that might actually be a thing. That sounds like hydrogen fluorine and probably some kind of gas. Oh, Julie. So anyway, though, you know, like, I just made all these things up and just said it to him. I'm like, yo, so did you find these things? So he's like, maybe? Because, you know, they're words that it could sound like a doctor may have actually said to you, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, I don't know. So then afterwards, where he's like, I think I might have heard that word. I'm like, okay, man, do not tell your doctor about, or I go, what did I say? I said something like, alright, Craig, this has nothing to do with the hand sanitizer I tricked you into drinking then. So then he's like, wait, did my appendix burst because of the hand sanitizer? I'm like, I'm not saying anything about this topic, man. So he's like, yo, you made my appendix burst. I'm like, you have no proof of that. And then every time he tried to talk to me about it, I wouldn't listen to him, and I'd be like, I'm not talking to you, man. I'm not talking to you, man. So he became convinced that I poisoned him and hospitalized him. And made his appendix burst. Dude, and then, like, let's back up. Remember the stink bugs I was talking about? They're annoying to kill because if you squish them, you get the stink bug like smell when you squish them. So some people say like vacuum them up, but I don't keep a vacuum cleaner in my room, and also then the vacuum cleaner smells. So what I was doing was I was catching them with tissues and throwing them in the toilet and flushing them down the toilet. But I was actually catching so many of them in my room, like I would catch one every 15 minutes, that it actually made a noticeable increase in our water bill. So what I did was I got an old jar of like pasta sauce, you know, with like a screw-on metal lid, and I filled it up with like vials of iodine, like pure iodine that you would normally find in like a medical kit, because that is highly toxic and kills things. So yeah, I bought like 4 of those at the store I worked at because they were like $1.50, so it was like $6 for 4 of them. Filled up the like jar, maybe like 4 centimeters or something like that, and then I would just throw the stink bugs in that, and they would die. And then also the iodine would kind of like, you know, prevent bacteria from growing on them or anything like that, so they wouldn't start like getting disgusting, and I didn't have any issues with anything there. Oh, hey, my drones don't work. Also, oh hey, this guy has no shields. You send an acceptance message, but the satellite loads weapons again when you depower yours. This seems to be a badly executed distraction. Yeah, up yours, dude. Now dead. Anyway. So yeah, I always kept these things of iodine, and after the jars would fill up, and I would legitimately fill up a jar of pasta sauce with dead stink bugs maybe once every like 3 weeks. Like that is how many stink bugs I acquired. But anyway, so I was buying more iodine, right? So I have like the jars there, and I purchased like fried chicken wings, like chicken tenders basically from our deli. And then he comes by and eats one. And then I'm walking away, I come back and I'm like, Craig! Did you just eat one of these? And he's like, What? No. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I didn't eat any. I'm like, oh, thank God you didn't eat one. Whew! And I go to walk away and he's like, wait, why? I'm like, well, I mean, it doesn't matter, you didn't eat any. He's like, well, no, I mean, I just want to know, why would it be bad if I ate one? I'm like, Craig, you gotta tell me right now. Did you eat one? He's like, just, let's say I did. What would it mean? And I'm like, it means you're gonna die, Craig. He's like, wait, what? I only ate a small one. I'm like, dude, I wanted to see if pouring iodine all over them. Like, I put it in with, like, a syringe kind of thing that they have back for, like, you know, drawing the liquids out of, like, the meat room. I borrowed the meat room's one. Dude, I wanted to see if, like, putting iodine into the chicken would prevent it from growing mold. It was, like, an experiment for, like, science class. She's like, dude, how much iodine was in that? I'm like, enough to kill any bacteria completely. She's like, well, I mean, I only ate, like, one of the smaller pieces. I'm like, Craig, you might be about to die. You should call poison control. She was like, what's the number? I'm like, I'll call him for you. So I pull out my phone, and then I just, like, call my voicemail. And I'm like, you're just talking to poison control. And they're like, well, we need to know how much... Again, this is all fake. They're like, we need to know how much he ate. I'm like, correct. I need to know how much you ate, otherwise you're gonna die. So he's like, oh, man. So yeah, you know, it turned out he didn't die. And you know, he still never learned his lesson. I did the same thing to him a second time for a mantis ship with no mantises on it. This is an interesting loadout. Yeah, though, I got him a second time with the thing where I'm there and I had bottles of Mountain Dew. Not Mountain Dew. Ooh, whoa, I did not pay any attention to what that was. Cloak engaged. There we go. Yeah, just go for the kill. Dengi emerged victorious from their battle with only minor losses. They message you, Project X... Oh, that's what this quest was. There we go. Alright. I got the stealth cruiser unlocked. Woo! I have recently unlocked the stealth cruiser. Whatever. So anyway, though, I had to come in like really early the one day, and I was like super tired, right? So I bought those. They're like caffeine tablets, basically. They're supposed to help you, I don't know, not be tired and crappy. It's debatable whether or not they work. They make you feel terrible, though. So I happened to have the box on me, and I'd already like used several of them, so I had like several open. You know how like when you get like allergy pills or something like that, they're all individually sealed in those like plastic things, and you kind of like push them through. So that's what this was like. I'm going off on like a huge tangent here, but anyway, I'm enjoying myself. So I had like several that were already like punched out. So I leave the soda in there with the box like kind of next to it. I'm in the manager's office, and he goes in, and I leave, and I come back in, I like look at the soda, and I see that the amount of soda has decreased. So I'm like, Craig, did you drink that soda? He's like, what? I'm like, dude, I need to know if you drank the soda. He's like, alright, I drank a little bit of it. I'm like, dude, Craig, man, I heard that if you grind up these caffeine tablets and put them in Coke, it's supposed to like fizz out and make like sparks. I don't know, I'm just saying stupid crap, right? He's like, what? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I mean, I saw it on like a TV or on a YouTube video or something like that, but I was pretty sure it was fake, but I wanted to try it. He's like, okay, well, what's this mean? I'm like, well, so, I mean, I put like 10 of these tablets in it. He's like, well, how much caffeine is that? I'm like, well, I mean, you know those like Monster energy drinks you drink, or like the Red Bull? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of don't remember the exact. Hold on, let me look at my can of Mountain Dew. Let's see, how much caffeine is in this? It doesn't say how much caffeine is in the Mountain Dew. Caffeine contents. 54 milligrams. Okay, so there's 54 milligrams in a thing of Mountain Dew. I think a Monster energy drink has like 200 because the can itself is more than one serving. So kind of the same situation with Red Bull. So I'm like, that sucked. That really sucked. We just kill this dude. Engage cloak. There we go. He's dead now. So, I'm like, you know, like a Monster energy drink has like, you know, 200 milligrams. He's like, well, how much did this soda have in it? I'm like, well, I don't know how much caffeine was in the original Coca-Cola. He's like, well, how many of these pills did you have? And I like look at the box of pills. I'm like, all right, one of these pills is 300 milligrams of coffee. So, yeah, you just took like 3,000 milligrams of coffee. Your heart's gonna explode. He's like, what? I'm like, okay, Craig, here's what you gotta do. You gotta keep calm. He's like, you just told me I'm gonna die. I'm like, yeah, and if you keep calm, you might not die. So keep calm. He's like, how am I supposed to keep calm? I'm like, look, if your heart starts beating really fast. He's like, my heart's beating really fast. I'm like, all right, keep holding your heart and see if it starts beating faster. Keep recording it, but go back to your cash register and do your job because we got customers coming through. So he's like at his register, trying not to like, you know, get stressed out by this, and I'm like, I keep like calling him on the phone because each of the registers have phones. I'm like, Craig, have you been keeping track of your heart rate? He's like, no, I can't count while I'm waiting on people. I'm like, all right, you're probably gonna die, Craig. He's like, dude, I don't want to die. I'm like, nobody wants to die, Craig. That's why you shouldn't drink random things you find, though. He's like, oh man, this is all your fault if I die. I'm like, nah, I think it's your fault for drinking my soda, man. And I'm like, yo, Craig, I googled it, right? You'll be better if you can somehow like try to work off the excess energy. Just, what do you mean work off the excess energy? I'm like, you know, like think of it like calories, right? You're trying to burn calories right now. Burn some calories, man. He's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. Like, just don't get stressed, but try to burn off some calories. But keep your heart rate low. So he's like, oh, okay. So he's like at his register doing jumping jacks in between customers and like spinning around and dancing because he doesn't know what else to do. And then I keep calling him and being like, Craig, is your heart beating fast? He's like, it is! I'm like, okay, now you have to tell me, Craig, is it beating fast because you're doing jumping jacks or because you're stressed and overdosing on caffeine? He's like, how would I know the difference? I'm like, I don't think anybody knows the difference. Which one do you think it is? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh man, Craig, you know what you should do on your break? He's like, what? I'm like, you should probably write a will. He's like, oh, damn, I don't want to die. Nah, I don't want any people. Vintage light artillery laser. Incendiary chain ion. No, I don't want that. Ooh, I want the clone bay though. Gotta buy the clone bay. Gotta buy the clone bay. Gotta buy the clone bay. Yay. Yay for the clone bay. I want to just sell these long-range standards at this point. Oh, right. Oh, and I just got rid of my med bay. What amazing timing that was. You guys, get over there. You, get over there. Nah, you hold position. You go over there, though. Alright. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Dude, I'm not winning this. Out. Oh, did one of my people actually die? Mahendra died. I didn't even realize that. And Mahendra is my very not good at his job shield person, apparently. To be fair, I don't really take a lot of damage to my shields now that I think about it. I usually cloak and dodge most attacks, so I guess that's fair. So that was good times at my store. I'm not properly equipped for this type of mission. I'm not properly equipped for this type of mission. Oh! Oh! A fully armed rock weapons platform floats near this beacon. You receive a hail. Your territorial transgressions will not be tolerated. In the name of the holy words, we shall smash your ship to bits. Armed engagements really seem inevitable in rock territory. I just want to, like, use this missile really badly. I just want to see how awesome it is. Oh yeah, it's awesome. Penetrating bursts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Life form scanner. Sure, I'll accept life form scanner, whatever. I don't actually know what life form scanners do. Oh, I think they do the same thing that my slug does, now that I think about it. So I'm pretty sure that was just a huge, gargantuan waste of my money. Or, well, not my money, because I didn't buy it. Plasma Storm! Hurrahs! Whatever. I mean, we'll just kill him with this, so it doesn't matter. Shields up, shields up, shields up. Shields down. Shields down. You a clown. Man, I have like a whole bunch of fun stories about when I worked there. Oh, attack the pirates. Power up all my weapons. Ugh. Guess I'm not using the missile weapon this time. I forgot that there was a distinct reason why I don't use missile weapons. And this is why. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. And that was kind of a long hack, too. Guess who's dead? Guess who's dead? You dead. Oh, dude. Why do I just constantly not have power in systems that need power? Soon? Soon! I have so many things that still need upgrading. I want to upgrade my med bay, or my clone bay, so that I can get a little bit more healing. Ugh. Ah, missiles. That's why I have a missile weapon. High-ranking Mantis Invader. The cloak has been engaged. The ship has been killed. Attempt to contact the civilian ship. Apparently the ship that was being assaulted was a science vessel. They thank you for saving them and offer a small reward. So real quick, one of my other stories for working at that grocery store. So while Craig was annoying and everything like that, he was also kind of like a funny guy, and we did joke around a lot, which is probably why he thought it was okay to keep stealing my food. Even though I kept flipping out at him every time he would steal my food. I know. I know. So anyway. I would like that thing to not be working anymore. The AA is gonna blow itself up. Joy. Oh, that sucked. Alright, now I gotta get that thing out of my ship. Is it gonna just... yeah, good. Engie dude, go do repairs. So, yeah, the one time, Craig's there, and, we have, if you've never worked like a grocery store, we have what are called, like, walk-in freezers. And they're basically freezers that are larger than most people's bathrooms by a decent amount. Like, almost, they're actually probably large enough to park a car in. And they have a door that's probably large enough to drive a car through. And it's how they stock all the stuff that goes in the freezers, right? Our store had 2 of them. Yeah, we had 2 of them. And so that, you know, your employees don't, like, die, there's supposed to be, like, safety precautions to, like, allow the door to be open from the inside, and there's not supposed to be ice buildup on it and things like that, but, you know, like, that stuff's expensive to maintain, and we just didn't kind of do that. So sometimes ice would build up, and the door would kind of get stuck. So I went into one of them before without putting a coat on or anything, to just get something real quick. Mistake number 1, I'm aware. So I go into one, and the door got, like, jammed, kind of. So I had to get... there's a lever inside of it that you can push to, like, open the door from the inside, but it also had ice over it. I'm all disappointed. Alright. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna hit the store real quick just to see what they have. So anyway, I had to sit there freezing for, like, 5 minutes, just kicking at the ice until the ice broke off and I could get out. Anyway, Craigo comes in. Oh my god, it's Zoltan. My head just exploded. Did you hear that? It was like, that was the sound of my head exploding. I am a happy, happy person right now. Let's sell this life form scanner. Alright, Zoltan dude, you're on shield duty. And you are going to go over here for more, so I'll keep the Engies on these two subsystems here, and I'll keep him in a central spot where he can kind of go join the fight. Anyway, let me finish the story real quick. So after I got out, Craig, like, finds me there, and I'm all, like, freezing and stuff like that. So he goes behind me and flicks my ear. And if you've ever been in a 0-degree freezer, or, like, -10, I guess, Celsius, for 5-10 minutes, and then had somebody flick your ear, it's super annoying. Then he took a shard of ice and stuck it down my shirt, and, like, we have to wear these, like, aprons and everything, and, like, tuck your shirts into your pants and stuff like that. So getting a shard of ice out of the back of your shirt is actually a huge hassle. So he liked to, like, make fun of that fact. So one of the days it was kind of slow, we're, like, joking back and forth at the register, and when, like, customers would come through, we would kind of, we would test to see if the customer was, like, receptive with it. And if the customer was, we would kind of joke around with the customer. Usually they were, but some people, you know, were just in a hurry and we would keep our mouths shut. So this lady comes through, and I'm like, oh, how are you doing today, ma'am? And she's like, oh, good, you. And you can tell she's, like, a happy person. So, you know, we're talking to her, and then Craig's like, ma'am, did you know that one time your cashier today was trapped in a freezer for 10 minutes? So, you know, we're joking around, he's telling her, and she's, like, laughing, and he's like, and then I flicked his ear, and I'm like, yeah, and then I was ready to punch him in the head. And if you've ever been in an American grocery store, you know that we put the little, like, hand baskets that you can use, usually at the bottom of the register at the front. So, like, when you come into the register, if you're a customer, and you've got a hand basket, you load your stuff up onto the conveyor belt, and then you kind of stick the belt underneath, the basket, I'm sorry, underneath the belt. And ideally, an employee takes all of those every so often and puts them back at the front of the store so that people can get them. But they don't always do that, and sometimes we run out. Also, people steal those a lot, too, so the total amount we have decreases a lot. They get stolen really often, by the way. We probably lose, like, 1 or 2 a day. So people would have to, like, you know, come in, walk to the bottom of the register, and pick one up. So while we're joking with this lady, another woman comes over, and she's all, like, kind of slow, which is kind of common because, like, our store was in a crappy area, and only, like, the most unhappy, miserable people kind of came in a lot. So this lady comes up, we're joking with the first lady, and she, like, bends down to go pick up a handbasket, and then just, like, loses her balance, and just goes face first into the pile of handbaskets. Like, legitimately just bam, nosedive into all the baskets. The baskets go flying everywhere. She slides underneath the register, and she's just, like, laying there with a pile of handbaskets on her back. And everybody in my, like, the woman we were joking with, Craig, myself, we're just both, like, we're all three of us are just, like, we're like, holy crap, did that just happen? And she's just laying there, and I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? And I'm, like, motioning for Craig to go around and get her, because he's closer to her. And she's like, she pulls herself out of the baskets and she's like, no, I'm fine. And then she just sits there cross-legged, surrounded by baskets, holds her, like, forehead and her chin. So she's got her right hand, like, on her forehead, right where, like, the hairline is. And she's, like, pushing her hair back. And then she's got her other hand grabbing her chin. So I'm thinking, like, dude, is she, like, bleeding? Or did she, like, hurt her teeth? And I'm like, are you sure, ma'am, like, do you want us to call somebody? She's like, no, I'm fine. And then she just kind of rocks back and forth and goes, And then she just gets up and goes away. So, like, you know, I did go get a manager. The manager found her, whatnot, and, like, talked to her. But after she left, there was, like, this moment of dead silence where all three of us, me, Craig, and the first customer, are just like, I cannot believe that just happened. And then Craig kind of looks around and goes, well, that was a buzzkill. And then we all just started cracking up laughing again. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end my video here. It was nice reminiscing about my grocery store days. Good run on FTL, I suppose. I'm in the next sector now, so like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.